The restaurant was one of those places where silence felt expensive. Crystal glasses caught the warm glow of golden lamps, white tablecloths were ironed so sharply they looked untouched, and every guest seemed to speak in low, confident tones. Emma stood straight beside table 12, her notepad ready, her face calm the way years of service had taught her to keep it. Across from her sat a man in a perfectly tailored navy suit. His watch alone probably cost more than her monthly salary. Beside him, a woman in a red dress smiled faintly, clearly enjoying the attention the man commanded. The man glanced at Emma's name tag, then at her face, and something smug flickered in his eyes. Without warning, he began ordering, not in English, but in rapid, fluent French. His tone was deliberate, exaggerated, as if he wanted the entire table to hear how cultured he was. He didn't look at the menu. He didn't slow down. He spoke faster, throwing in complicated culinary terms and regional wine references. Emma paused, pen hovering above her notepad. The woman beside him hid a smile behind her hand. The man leaned back, satisfied. "You got all that?" he asked in English, one eyebrow raised. "Or should I repeat it, slower?" A few nearby diners glanced over. Emma felt the familiar heat of embarrassment crawl up her neck, the kind she'd felt before. People often assumed things about her because she wore an apron. Because she served. She took a slow breath. "Yes, sir," she said gently. He smirked. "Impressive. Most people don't even understand basic French." Emma met his eyes for the first time, calm, steady, unreadable. Then she replied, in flawless French. She repeated his entire order word for word, correcting his pronunciation, subtly adjusting a wine pairing he had misstated, and politely explaining that the regional dish he requested was traditionally served with a different sauce, which the chef could happily prepare if he wished. Her accent was elegant, Parisian, natural. The table went silent. The woman's smile vanished. The man's confident posture stiffened. You speak French?" he asked. Emma smiled, not smugly, not proudly. "Just kindly. I studied in Lyon for 3 years," she said. "My mother is French." A faint ripple of quiet laughter moved through nearby tables. Not loud, not cruel, just enough. The man cleared his throat. "Well, that's unexpected." Emma nodded, jotting down the final detail. "Would you prefer the Bordeaux you mentioned? Or may I recommend a Burgundy that pairs better with the chef's preparation tonight?" He hesitated, then nodded. The Burgundy. "Excellent choice," she said. As she walked away, her hands trembled, not from fear, but from release. Years ago, she had stood in lecture halls discussing philosophy and linguistics. Life had taken a different turn after her father fell ill, after bills piled up, after choices had to be made quickly. Serving tables was honest work, but people often mistook it for a measure of her worth. When she returned with the wine, the man was quieter, polite, almost respectful. Later, as the meal ended, he stopped her again. "I owe you an apology," he said, not meeting her eyes. "I thought, well, I assumed." Emma placed the receipt folder gently on the table. "People often do," she replied. "It's easier than asking." He nodded, embarrassed. The woman beside him said nothing. That night, Emma stepped out into the cool air, her shift finally over. The city lights shimmered like distant stars. She exhaled deeply. She hadn't humiliated him. She hadn't needed to. She had simply reminded him, and herself, that intelligence doesn't wear a uniform, dignity doesn't depend on status, and sometimes the most powerful reply is spoken calmly, in a language someone never expected you to know.